I'm quite a fan of the Disney Silly Symphonies. They're a lot of fun, and the soundtracks are always so adorable. And I particularly like the Three Little Pigs one. So when I discovered the kind of sequel, The Big Bad Wolf, which came the year after in 1934, I was hoping for something pretty decent. Now, I did mention in my discussion of the Three Little Pigs that I wasn't the biggest fan of the actual design of the Big Bad Wolf. He just isn't what's in my head for the character of the Big Bad Wolf. And that still remains true. But this short is still pretty fun, completely regardless of that. This is technically Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, but the Three Little Pigs actually do make an appearance, and that made me very happy, particularly because they sing the song Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf, which is adorable and so painfully addictive. Once you hear it, you will not stop listening to it. This is 9 minutes, give or take, and it is the story of the Big Bad Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood. Basically, Little Red Riding Hood is on her way to her grandmother's house. She bumps into the Three Little Pigs, and then she continues on her way. And while she does that, the Big Bad Wolf is plotting to find a way to eat Little Red Riding Hood. And I'd say I'm not going to spoil anything in this, but I guess in theory I will spoil it. But it's not something you can spoil, assuming you're familiar with the story of Little Red Riding Hood. So the one thing I wasn't pleased with is the animation style of Little Red Riding Hood. She seems to be too mature for her age. There's just something about the style that makes her feel more like a woman than a little girl. And it's just a little bit odd. But apart from that, it's pretty decent. It's not as scary as, some interpretations of it is. For example, nobody eats grandmother and nobody dies. One of my favourite moments is when grandmother is hiding in the cupboard and she just pokes her head out from the top, but you can't see any of her other limbs except her head and her shoulders, and it's just such a quaint, funny little bit of animation that I really enjoyed. The wolf does try to trick Little Red Riding Hood. He does, dress up in other clothing, and it's a blatantly obvious message for children that you can't always trust people despite what they look like. The fact that, again, I suppose this is a spoiler if you don't want to know anything, but the fact that one of the piggies helps to save them is very sweet. I like that when you have fairy tales that are kind of cross-referenced and interlinked. I enjoy that a lot because I'm a big fan of the fairy tale universe, if that is even a thing. The way he did it, bit odd, not what I would have expected, but it worked very well. We also had another funny painting hanging on the wall of the pig's home that I liked. I liked the design of Grandma. I liked that illustration. I liked that bit of animation. It's just Red Riding Hood that I didn't enjoy the visuals of. It's sweet. It's really sweet. It's fun. It's engaging. I think even young children today would, enjoy it and find it beneficial. Yeah, I don't like it as much as the Three Little Pigs one because I just love the Three Little Pigs. They're so cute. But the Big Bad Wolf is actually pretty sweet and a lot of fun and definitely worth checking out.